Now, what's that one business in which almost all the companies with varied business backgrounds have ventured into?
Mobile phone.
Absolutely correct. It's the mobile phone. Now, it's been quite some time since Videocon entered the arena and they were launching those budget phones for you. And finally, looking at the market, they've decided to launch their own smartphone. So, we have for you the Videocon A20 and the A30. So while we entered the year 2012 with Windows-based smartphone, the HTC 8X and the 8S, we begin this year 2013 with Android phones. And we have for you not one, not two, but three smartphones. All of them are affordable, come at a very good price and are indigenous. We have for you the Videocon A20, a 3.5-inch smartphone. Then we have for you the A30 from Videocon once again, and it's a 4-inch smartphone. Then the big daddy in comparison to Videocon, the Carbon A21. So we'll begin with Videocon first, because Videocon, after coming out with those affordable budget phones, has also entered into the smartphone segment, and they launched two phones, the A20 and the A30. And we'll begin with the A20 first. This is how the box looks like. As per the box, the phone has pretty much everything to offer that the regular smartphones come with these days. And it is 3G ready. Now let's see what is there inside the box. I am expecting a phone, obviously. So here's the phone. As they promise, it is a 3.5-inch screen, all plasticky body, kind of glossy, but only when you make a deliberate attempt to look at your fingerprints, then only they'll be visible. Pretty neat. Behind you have a 3-megapixel camera, Videocon logo. Talking about the left, you have the volume rocker key. Nothing on the right. At the bottom, nothing. And on top, you have a audio jack and the power button. Now let's see how the screen is, how the touch response is. Touch is a bit sluggish, I must say. You have all the popular applications, all the Google applications. You have Facebook. You check your mails, as I said, as it promised and showed on the box. You have maps. In terms of connecting, you have wireless, you have GPS, and you have Bluetooth as well. Coming to the hardware part, it's running on a 1 GHz Qualcomm Snapdragon processor, which is pretty good. Memory, you have only 512 MB of inbuilt memory, which isn't enough, but you can always expand it. And the RAM is merely 256 MB. Considering this phone is 3G ready, you have a front VGA camera as well. RAM would be a bit of an issue. You have gesture search. Now what this gesture search does is that you just have to, whatever you're looking for, you can just write the letter. For instance, I'm looking for something that starts with G. Then I say M, A, I, L, and there you have it, email. You also have something called the erase history. So if you don't want to leave any trace behind, you can use erase history and just clean it up. Yeah. So in the end, I would say it's a pretty nice deal considering the price, which is 5,990 on the box. If you go outside and look for it, you'll get a good discount since the phone is just released. Overall, I think the phone is a nice deal. Touch is a little sluggish, but it's alright. And you have a 1350 mAh battery, which should last you a day if you're not using 3G. So, time now for the rating on the Geekometer. Based on the first impression, I would give it a 6. For general users, a 7. And on style quotient, I would give it a 7 again. Time now to check out its bigger brethren, the A30. Sir. Yeah, don't worry, we have a former cricketer catching the phone. Now let's take a look at the Videocon A30. The phone is bigger than the A20, and that is why even the box is bigger. The box says it has everything, just like the A20. It's also 3G ready. Powering this phone is a 1 GHz dual-core processor. There's the phone, black in front and white at the back. At the back you have a 5-megapixel autofocus camera. I can also see an LED flash over here. Alright, pretty bright I must say. It has 800 by 480 pixel of resolution, which is bright and shiny. Touch is much better than the A20. So there's no dearth of application here. Let's take a look at the settings. Again, it's a dual SIM phone. Talking about the storage, it has 4 GB of internal storage, but all the applications and other parts have used it, so available would be just 1.41 GB. It's 1500 mAh of battery. It will easily last you a day. So the Videocon A30, it definitely offers much better specs and features than the A20. I think the phone is pretty great. Talking about the price, on the box it's very high. It says 8,490. Don't be scared, in the market you can easily get it for in between 7,000 7,500. The camera is decent, video quality is okay, autofocus, there were some issues with the autofocus, but I think overall the phone is pretty nice. So on the Geekometer I would give this one a 7 for general users, a 7, and on Style Quotient a 7 again. Competition, well, now it would be competing against the Lava Solo and Micromax Superphone. Next up is Carbon A21, but before we tell you about that, I need to go on a short break.